How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another new episode of Let's Play Phantasy Star 3. We are on Dahlia. And we have just completed the Dahlia dungeon. And that it is now time for us to head back back to our own. Let's go ahead and rest. Double check really quick. Nobody's poisoned, right? Nope, no one's poisoned. Okie dokie. And with that done, it's time to head back to the temple and head to Frigidia. Ambushed. This is going to be an interesting episode, I can tell you that. And we're back in Frigidia. Mecha peeps are shooting us with flaw for 25 damage. It hurts. I love how mecha peeps are hitting us for more damage with flaw than a fire is. Damn mecha peeps. That was a thing. That one hurt a lot. So now that we're here, we need to find the jetport. You guys have seen them all over the place. They're the little airstrips that you see on the map from time to time. Leia gains a level. And there is a city here in Frigidia that we can only reach via Aero. Wren transforms into an aerojet. The only way to travel. And here it is. Wren transforms back to its original form. And here we are. Our destination. Which, interestingly, other than layout, looks exactly like everywhere else we've been the whole game. They even build their buildings the exact same. And they all have pink-haired innkeepers. House that doesn't have a shop in it is empty. So there's no point in ever going in any of them. Interestingly enough, though, we're not seeing anybody. Oh, there we go. We are the keepers of our people's history. For 1,000 years we have kept the past alive. Listen well and you will hear of our plight. We're the descendants of the people of Palma, a planet that once circled the distant star Algo. Palma was destroyed by an evil being that haunts us every 1,000 years, bringing death and ruin. This evil incarnate is known as Dark Force. The people of Palma were thinkers and creators. They knew of the plans made by the evil being. When the vile Dark Force stirred 1,000 years ago, preparations were made to escape from Palma. Our ancestors built a fleet of 400 spaceships. This armada escaped the destruction of Palma and set off into space to find a new homeland. Our ancestors thought they had at last escaped from the clutches of the undying master of evil. But Dark Force managed to slip aboard a ship. It destroyed all but one of our sister ships. Before Arachio and Leia trapped it on Elisa 3. Now there are only 2 ships left of our fleet. Our ship, the Elisa 3, and the Neo Palm. Now, of course, we have to walk around to talk to the last guy. The people of New Mota keep our past alive. So yes, there's the big tie-in, everybody. We are the descendants of the people who escaped the destruction of Palma by Dark Force in Phantasy Star 2. Kind of an interesting revelation. Now, you might remember if you've already watched my Phantasy Star 4 Let's Play, there was a crashed ship. If you remember right, that was actually one of these ships. That was one of the ones destroyed by Dark Force. So most of them didn't get very far before they fell, unfortunately. Well, there goes almost all the money we saved up. So that gives you a taste of where we all came from and what started this adventure going. Now, I realize it's been a long time. Now we have that time. And you see now why I've kind of always declared this game to be more of a side story. It's important, but it's not part of the main story of the Phantasy Star series. Flying by Wren, the only way to travel. But it really is a neat piece of lore at the same time. You know, it's one of those things that you never really would have expected. You know, you get this far and you just feel like, nah, there can't be any real tie-in to the game. It just is what it is. But there really is. Well, I know that for this episode it's been really short, so we're going to keep going a little bit longer here. I just wanted to take a moment to touch on the tie-ins in the story that we just learned. Now, I'm trying to remember, it's been a long time since I played this game, so I'm trying to remember where to go next. I can't remember. I'll just do some exploration. I'm curious about this thing. Wren transforms back to its original form. Inhabited. We welcome you to the castle of Skyhaven. My masters have waited centuries for you. Interesting. Skyhaven. It's basically a castle in the sky. We found the Phantasy Star version of Mota. At least unlike some other castles we've had to be into, there's no monsters here. prerequisite hedge maze. You know, for the masters having waited a long time to see me, they sure didn't make it easy to travel through your castle. I assume these are the masters. The ultimate evil dwells on a floating city in the barren wastelands of the dome named Terminus. A word of ultimate power has been lost for ages. This name can empower the weapons of legend. The ancient heroes used the legendary weapons. These are Arakio's sword, Miun's claw, Siren's shot, Leia's bow, and Lune's slicer. The name of power can be learned on Sage Isle, in Draconian, in the world of Old Seal, and Shosuran. Or our dungeon holds the aqua parts for Wren. These will enable you to wrest Arakio's sword from its watery tomb and to visit Sage Isle. To discover the lost name, you must first find all 5 weapons of the ancient legend. So in other words, it's time to go get the game's ultimate weapons. And then to confront Dark Force once again. Well, before we go into the dungeon here, it's been a shorter episode, but I think it's time to wrap it up, because the dungeon will put us over time. So as always, I want to thank everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please like, subscribe, and favorite. Throw any feedback you may have in the comments below, as I always look forward to hearing from you. And we'll see you again next time on another new episode of